take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing tall, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners will never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth. Yeah, paying our dues. We making the news. Yeah, we hitting the roof. No, we don't wanna lose. Climbing and shaking the walls. We gotta break all the rules.
Hi Nilesh.
Hey,
Hey
30
guys.
seconds. Hey.
We're gonna take on the world. We're gonna take on the world. Standing tall, we gotta make it our own. No waiting around. Winners will never look down. No one can stop us, we got it. The future is right in our hands. Give it 100%. We're gonna take on the world. Yeah, we gotta move. Speaking the truth.
Hey.
Hello.
So, one second. I've mixed up the names here. So my
Nilesh, why I can't hear
I'm
you?
Ruhani.
yes. You can't hear me yet? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. You can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. There we go. Is that better?
Okay. I'm not Ruhani anymore.
Yeah. That was your 2 minutes of fame, Joe.
Yeah, I was famous for a second. So what's up?
Was
I'm
it
not sure
Leah
why
there for
I
a second?
can't
I think we're doing
hear
a live
you.
after a very long time. So good to see you guys here live. I know we did a live the other day with Ruhani. But it's good to do a live after such a long time. And how have you been? And hello, everyone. So
We've been good here.
excellent. Hey, Ruhani, I see some background lights there. Are those your RGB lights? You're not able to hear me?
Nope. Ronnie, you there? Maybe he's on Wave video.
You can hear me clearly though, Joe, right? No problems.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, I found dark mode now on Ecamm. Nice.
We
in the
can hear you.
backstage, There's a dark mode now. Look at that. Dark mode, light mode, dark mode.
Okay, let me try something else.
There we go.
Hey, hi, Sam. Okay. All
How about
right.
now?
Sam's saying we can hear you, so I think we are good. I think Ruhani, something on your end. Maybe you're.
Yeah, why I can't hear the guys?
Joe
Yeah, I
can
can
hear
see
us
screen.
too.
Yeah, I
So-
can hear.
And we can hear you
You guys can hear me.
very well. Yes.
You don't want to hear me, but you could hear me.
We like hearing from you. Yes.
You guys can hear me.
Very well.
You don't want to hear me, but you could hear me.
No. We enjoy hearing from you. Yes, we want to hear from you more. Actually.
Yeah.
You don't
No,
want
it's
to hear
fine.
me, but you can hear me.
No. We enjoy hearing from you.
Oh, I hear
Yes,
some
we
like
wanna hear
feedback, like someone's
Yeah.
speakers
No,
playing
it's
back.
fine.
No. We enjoy.
This is why we test.
Yes, this is why we need to test.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Ruhani, do you want to drop off and try to come back?
No, I'm fine. So my headphone was set as monitoring.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Awesome. So great. Well, since we have sorted all the technical issues, good to see you guys.
Yeah.
And what's happening in the LTD world? I think we haven't. I'm not sure about how active you have been, but after the sort of like the Christmas holidays, New Year's, there are deals still, but it's like I'm not seeing anything as exciting. So it could be me, but apart from all the weekly dramas, there hasn't been much. Something really exciting what we did, and I got to see, thanks to Ronnie, was the Wave live streaming. I mean, that was really interesting to see. How it's coming along.
I have so many things to talk about Wave.
Yes, please go ahead. Yes.
So I have seen that some people commented that Wave is not in the power of Restream, but I think it's already is, and this is something Restream haven't think of. So every recording you do on live, you will be able to share it as a landing page. So the only person who did this is basically Flutin. So now Wave has completely customized landing pages for each live.
Yeah.
So
What is really interesting about Wave and where they really are going to shine and stand out, if they can perfect, and by no means, I mean, Restream is like the gold standard of multi-streaming applications, right? I mean, forget about the LTD world, like in the subscription, like they have a massive customer base and a massive subscriber base, which of course, fuels a lot of their development because they are making a recurring revenue, right? So they're always adding features, which is great. But Restream is primarily a multi-streaming platform. Yes, they've added like studio feature for video production and things of that nature. But you still, at the end of the day, once you live stream, you got to take your video, you have to download it, you have to edit it in your whatever application you use, like Final Cut Pro, something from Blackmagic or Adobe, like whatever you use, right? At the end of the day, you still have to edit it. With Wave, there is an opportunity for these guys, once you actually produce that live stream, it gets recorded. Now you can go ahead, edit it in Wave video, like, add stuff, add your stock footage or B-roll, like, and add like lower thirds or transitions. I mean, it's sky's the limit, right? Like that's really exciting. Yeah.
So some of the things, new things that I noticed, that they have an editor.
Yeah.
And you can actually queue your live stream that you have already done. So you can remarket it.
Yeah.
So that's a nice thing to have.
Yes.
And on top of that, I was talking with them about to merge the Wave video editor
Yes.
and the and the live platform. And they already mentioned that you can actually create assets in web video and push it to in your brand, which
Yeah.
you can use inside the live studio. So these are the things, small stuff, but will make so much difference when we are looking at Restream. The thing I have noticed that they are not growing. They are in a safe place, and
They're
they're
the
like,
incumbents, you know.
let's not touch anything
Yeah.
that can break the platform.
Yeah, they are the incumbents, you know. Purely they have like a market already, and it is for platforms like Wave to be the disruptor and take that, right? And how they capture it, like Wave has the opportunity to be a complete end-to-end video platform, including multi-streaming, right? Which is pretty cool and
Yeah.
exciting. I mean, they are actually even in a better position than like Melon, like, you know, from Streamlabs or somebody. You know, I think Wave has a pretty good video editor, like, you know, a platform, right? For a web-based platform, it's pretty good. Now, if you can take your stream or bring that video into your stream, I mean, you know, sky's the limit, right? Easier said than done. I mean, you know, one of the things about Restream is like the whole multi-channel, multi-channel like platform chat and things like that seem to work a lot better in Restream, apart from the platform limitations itself. But yeah, I mean, the quality which was we saw the other day was pretty good, right? Like, what do you think? Like,
So
what
far,
I saw was
I
impressive.
have
Yeah.
seen the best quality testing StreamYard, Melon, Restream. Restream is quite bad, to be honest, because it's for LTD users is 720p, and what is the another one? Flutin
Flutin, Welder.
and
Welder's the free
B.live.
one. That's
Yeah,
good. Be Live is good.
yeah.
Sajwal is
So
saying,
I also talked to the CEO
yeah,
one to one,
yeah,
and what he mentioned that he actually have plans for free users, and they will have 720p and branded, watermark video. So there is a plan for everybody. What I can understand that they will limit certain level for the LTD users, but they will have 1080p and good amount of hours that they can go with. I would prefer that rather than saying unlimited, because if they say unlimited, 3 months later they will close down. Yeah,
yeah. But don't they seem to have like a lot of paying customers outside of the LTD
they
space?
have.
Yeah, and you know, Sajwal is saying, I love A, but it's too true to be good. Can't wait to get screwed in a few months. So
It's
I'm
not
already
screwed.
happy with
So
Wave for where it
basically,
is. Before the
you keep.
streaming part, Wave is already worth it. You know, I think it's better than in video when
yeah,
we're making the intros and the graphics and the animations. I'm already content, but this is what Rouhani showed us was bonus. You know, and if they do screw it up, this part of it, I'm still good with Wave as my other tool. You know, I have so many streaming tools already. You know, Wave is just bonus right now.
But anyway, the permission settings, co-host, and all these options, these are really deal breakers for if you compare with Restream. Yeah. Hey George,
yes, yes. Hey Jorge, how's it going? If guys, if anybody wants to join us, you're more than
join
welcome.
in. Yeah.
Just DM me and
Yeah, jump on.
I will invite you. I'll send you the link to join for sure.
Let's go. Let's test the bandwidth. Let's see what happens. Let's test the stream.
Hey, Ecamm cannot go beyond 4 guests,
Oh,
and
that's it? Just four?
yeah, cannot go
Oh,
beyond 4 guests plus host.
oh.
So Yes, we can invite two more for sure, but that's just the limit. Uh, See, the challenge with Ecamm is you are flexible in terms of its processing, in terms of its features, but you're processing everything on your local machine as well. So it's not like a fully cloud based platform. So I mean, there are certain limitations we have to unfortunately live with.
Yes,
Yes,
is by the hardware. Yeah,
yes,
but that day actually, how many of us? 7 of us on Wave. It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, you
yes,
had a bunch of people on Wave. That was a good amount,
Yeah,
and the quality was decent. I
and
mean,
on top of
Facebook,
that,
Facebook
as host,
compression, it kind of pixelated some. I noticed Lyle's was
yeah.
better. I think he might have. He said he had a better camera, maybe. I don't know,
Mhm.
but the quality was pretty good.
So I noticed I'm having a little bit of delay from the camera to the PC, and it's mainly because of I'm not using a capture card.
Hmm. Could have extension conflict also. I've had that before.
No, now I'm using a dedicated camera.
Okay, but now you're
Yeah,
having delay right now.
yeah. Let
Hmm.
me try
Interesting.
to.
Neelish, are you having a delay for me?
no,
No, no, you
Okay.
guys are fine. I'm talking about mine going to the PC.
Yeah, I've had that in the past with Ecamm and
It's
other
like
ones.
you see the camera.
Hmm. What
Eh,
kind of camera do you have?
So I just bought the Sony ZV E10.
Oh, nice. I have the
Yeah,
Razor.
but it's not working in full capacity. It's using
Oh,
USB. So,
yeah.
Sajwal, no, no, it's not dead. People are using it.
Animatron is like one of Wave's tools. Is that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, are you drinking whiskey on
No,
Sunday
I'm
afternoon?
just,
Yeah.
no, it's just
Is that
black
coffee?
coffee.
Coffee for you.
Hey, so let me send you, Jorge, 1 second. Let me send you the link here.
Oh wait,
What
send
I'm
it to
going to
me.
do is I'm going to go into 1 second. I will have to set the stage for you. Let me go into the preview mode. Okay, 1 second.
So what other LTDs you guys getting?
Me, I was thinking of two ranker, but I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, I haven't. True Ranker hasn't caught my interest. I don't know. I just feel like after Nozzle and Rank Tracker and all the other ones, it's kind of. Eh. I refunded Labrica again for the sixth time. Gonna keep that
Oh
going.
wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably buy it again next month. I use it, I refund it, and then go back and forth. Just it's fun because they're gonna be around forever. They're never gonna leave AppSumo. So whenever I need it, I just get it again.
Yeah, most probably they are not going to leave.
Yeah, don't they have like a plan? It's like $2 a month somewhere. I think on their
Hmm.
website. There you could just
Yes,
they're
they do.
never they're never leaving. Whenever I have like a big project that I want to back up audit besides Screaming Frog, I'll get Labrica and I'll run the audit. It works. It works great. Labrica is a great tool. Just whenever I need those credits to buy something else, then you know, I refund Labrica for that extra credit. Email writer. I've seen a lot of mixed things on that one. Have you guys tried the email writer for the template
No, I haven't.
emails?
I haven't.
Yeah, I hear it's good, and I know VBout's coming back on Monday. Everyone's getting ready for that
Yeah,
again.
that one. That one, Sajol is the marketing guy, right?
For VBout,
Yeah,
I thought everybody else was. I think who is Philippe, Jenny, maybe Sajwal is
yeah.
too. There's a lot of VBout people that they're the big fans. I
Wait
might.
until your rebound go bust. Okay, then you can talk about it.
Well, that one actually does seem to have good backing. Like I refunded last time, but I might pick up a code again now that I have another email project coming up. That maybe I'll just get email writers trash. Yeah, Sajwal says not good. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
see them
then
switching
it's
to
not.
the
Yeah.
MRI. MRR. I don't know if email writer will survive. I mean, they have some plans like $199 a month plan. It's like wait for templates. I don't know.
Hey, George.
Hey
You're the
George.
broadcast.
Hey,
Hey,
George, how
you
are
made
you?
it across. You made it across the border.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
George.
all right, you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
you
we
got
can
back.
hear
Yes.
you
You got back
clearly.
from the border.
George, how are you?
You made it across the border.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
back now already.
All right, you guys hear me? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, we
got
can
back.
hear you
Got back
clearly.
from the border.
George, how are you?
You made it across the border.
Yeah, I'm back now already. Hold on, there seems to be some lag. Let me see.
You have the browser open for the live. So you have the Facebook open, and I think the video is playing in the background.
Just mute that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
muted.
See,
Yeah.
see. Um,
How about now?
Hey, George just accepted my friend request.
Sajwal is saying, I'm trying to swipe brand overflow from someone who panics and sells below cost. Okay. Uh, y- yeah. I mean,
Sajol.
with the brand overflow, it's a little bit in a tragic place, right? Like, I mean, you gotta feel sorry for the developer in a way because a he has is not making revenue from brand overflow. He's putting in money at this stage, right? He has been very transparent, and there is no guarantee that there is going to be any money he's going to make in the future as well, right?
With Topic
How long is he
Mojo.
going to run it? And unless he's making money from Topic Mojo or something else, I mean, you gotta make money to keep your time and keep motivated, right, with
George,
the project.
I
How
think
long are you going to run a project at a loss, right? And the reason you're starting Topic Mojo at the first place was basically you would see that problem coming with brand overflow, right? What's your take on it, guys?
I think George, did you say you can't see the live on Facebook?
yeah. No, no, he can see on Facebook, but the eCam,
Yeah, but only on
eCam side.
Facebook. Yeah, Neelish, he needs to get the eCam, I guess, video. Yeah, I guess he logged off to try.
Sorry.
But about a brand overflow, I've been seeing with the founder and reading things that people he didn't expect all the people to be abusing it and sharing logins and all the things that happened and handling the traffic and the abuse that's been going on in the group buys that they've been doing for like Ahrefs and SEMrush has actually hurt his business because I was asking him what's going on. I love Topic Mojo, but everybody this brand overflow it's like lurking over you. You know, you can't escape it. Everyone's saying you're
Yeah.
doing too many things. Why don't you focus on brand overflow? And what I've understand is the abuse of so many group buys and people jumping in on one
Mhm.
user account. He just can't handle that, so he's putting his own money back into it, and losing, like you said, Neelish, losing money. But
Yeah,
it's a shadow. It's casting a shadow over him, and I like that he's being transparent as much as he can. You know, because I think he's a good guy. You know, my interactions with him, and he's very good at creating good products that I've used. You know, Brand Overflow I never tried, but Topic Mojo I do really like. So I hope he can pivot and take care of the Brand Overflow LTD holders as well somehow. But I don't know where that's going to end up.
yeah.
I
Hey,
agree. I agree.
Jorge,
He's a
can
great
you see
guy.
everything now?
Um,
Is everything
but
okay with you, or you still
priorities.
having some issue?
No, it's working now. The issue was that with my ad blocker, it wouldn't display the stream. So I
Oh,
Uh,
was looking at it on
right.
Facebook, and it's like, I don't know, 3 seconds lag, four.
yeah.
But I turned it
Yeah.
off, and now it's working fine.
Oh, good. Okay.
Cool. Cool.
Okay. All right. I should add that in my note. But good point for sure. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, Ecamm is good, but it has all sorts of weird problems all the time. Like it runs into issues, but you know,
There's a, I see
they are
Yeah.
doing a
This
good job with
happens.
it.
This happens.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of limitations on it because, for example, on my end, I don't see, for example, green screen options, or I don't know. I think
Mm.
it's just simple, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. The Ecamm, the back room kind of is not as, doesn't have as much features as the other ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
No. The guest part is something they haven't actually worked on much. The crazy part is like their community is like 20K, and it's like a diehard community. People are using it for like, professional production, right? So that's like the de facto standard for Mac based streaming community, right?
right.
So it's going to develop. Like, I mean, they are pulling in crazy amount of recurring revenue, and for that matter alone, I mean, they're making phenomenal development. So, like, I see features being added like on a weekly basis, and like major features, right? But like interface and everything, I mean, yes, you can do like a professional production with it. Only thing is like the guest part hasn't been worked on.
But the video quality is probably the best, right, out of all of them.
Yeah. I mean,
So
vmix is really good too. Like
Yeah.
for windows, like vmix is
both of
really
them.
good. Like
I mean,
vmix is like,
you can really compare hardware-based software means OBS,
yeah.
vMix, Ecamm. They are hardware-based, so definitely the output will be much more higher. So Sam is talking about the giveaway. It's not really a giveaway, but I want to give away what's the product name? Mailbird.
Lead cart.
Yeah, lead card. Yeah, I can give away my lead card account. I
Oh
actually
yeah, I'll give away a
refunded
lead card.
my
You want a lead card?
lead card account, and you still have 2 days to use it. Because I refunded my. I mean, the developer was really nice. He like immediately processed my refund. And this was in like 2020, and I was like, oh, I can't use this platform for payments. Like, no way, right? So I refunded it like right away, and he was really nice about refunding. But he never even like deactivated my account. I mean, I don't know what he did all day, but he never even like deactivated. Like the least you could do is to deactivate accounts of people who have processed a refund, right? Like he didn't even do that. And yeah, it tells you a lot about like, you want like, so going back to the topic mojo like, I mean, I have sympathy with the developer. But hey, here is the thing, right? Like, focus on one thing and do it well. Sure, maybe you want to focus on a few things. Like, if you know this guy, Level SIO, like, he has like 12 different platforms and he does really well on all of them. Sure. You know, so a lot of developers aspire to do that. And I'm sure there is a lot of developers with multiple projects. but you got to make one successful, right? Like you need to have an MRR from one, which you can invest back into the platform and maybe invest into other platforms, right? I mean, the thing about brand overflow, it's yes, it was a good platform. Now you got to sell it, right? Like you need to invest in
Yeah.
sales, right? You need to invest in sales. You need to be able to invest in people who call, right? Like, I mean, I sold into mid market and enterprise sales, right? Like Cisco was our bread and butter. Like when I had a job, when I started my company, and still till now, right? Like it's a difficult call. It's a difficult call. It's a you got to qualify your customers. It's a difficult call, and they're not going to throw business at you right away. But when they do, it's an extremely rewarding business, right? They will work with you month by month, year by year, and you got to just increase your wallet share and deliver. But you got to have sales, right? It doesn't matter if you have a bad product. At the end of the day, you need to have good sales strategy and good, that's just my take. 15 developing 15 different platforms is not going to get you anywhere.
And there's another question also,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are forgetting. You got the brand overflow, Topic Mojo, and now we have SEO Mojo, which a lot of people aren't even discussing, which is his third
Yeah.
platform, which is very good as well. But his focus, I think, is still Topic Mojo, but it's using SEO Mojo is using the technology from Topic Mojo. Uh, but again, I have sympathy for him because I cannot be mad at him because I have the same mindset. He has the mindset of a creative, where as a creative, I mean, you guys know, I know Rouhani and Neelish especially, I'm doing so many things. I'm doing SEO. I'm doing oil paintings. I'm doing memes. I'm
Mhm.
doing this. I'm doing that. I like to keep myself rotating because
Yeah.
a creative mind gets bored focusing on one thing. So I think that
Yes.
he has that mind, and I think he's a genius. I really like what he's doing, but yeah, he probably needs a business partner, as I do. That's why I joined this larger agency last summer and gave up my own agency, because I need someone to work with that would rein me in and say, "Hey, Joe, we're focusing on this every day. This is what you got to work on, 9 to 5, SEO, SEO, SEO." And it really has grounded me. Where before I'm still crazy, but not as crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. So basically, I am guilty of that myself. So when I focus on a project, I have a tunnel vision. So I will be blinded by it. Once it's success, I will immediately get bored and move to the next one. So I can understand the concept. All he need to have a COO
Yeah.
and CMO.
Yep. Yep.
So
To rein
that
him
will
in.
sort it
Yeah.
out.
Hey, so we
Sounds
have
like.
SaaS Master amongst us, right? So Jorge, why don't you? What's your take on all this, man? Like, what do you make of
Well,
this? What's
well,
your thoughts
personally,
on
I think
developers?
I think, for example, me, I diversify a lot, and
Yeah,
what I've been hearing from you guys, you do the same, and I think it's a bad habit. I mean, I have it, but it's a bad habit because we should focus on at least, I don't know, 1 to 2 projects, right? But you get bored of one, you start another one, or a new idea comes up and you start a new one. And I don't think that's right. I mean, I'm doing it and I don't think it's right. We think of a business and immediately we go buy the domain, we start adding a template, we start doing things and making a logo and all of that good stuff. And we leave the other projects behind. And we shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing that. We should be focusing. And any developer who starts a project should focus on the project they started because it's important for them and for the users who join that SaaS. Because if they jump to another LTD and build another one, it's like they're dropping the other one. When the guy might be great, the guy might be working hard, but as soon as he gets bored, he jumps into a new SaaS,
Yeah.
and then I'll get left like, what the hell, right? So my take is that we should focus.
Yeah. No, you're right. 100%.
yes, yes, you're right, and we all have those distractions. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I started, like uh, a company, and our whole focus was, hey, we're going to do Cisco professional services, right? Routing, switching, network infrastructure, collaboration, and we had like multiple CCIs within our team. You know, that's what we focused, right? Like we called in like big accounts. Cisco was giving us leads. Of course, COVID came by, and most of our customers are like big luxury hotels, right? So engineers, first of all, Cisco engineers, like Cisco certified internet network experts, I mean, they're commanding a salary of north of like $100,000, right? So once you start losing clients, you got to lay off people. So we say, okay, we're going to diversify, right? We're going to take care of some small customers, get into smaller business as well, just do some routing, switching, network infrastructure. Okay, sure. We're going to build some sites, build some, right? But it doesn't work that way as much as, you start losing focus quickly. And yes, I'll be honest, I'm working on my own SaaS, but like right now my focus is on that and professional services, right? But if as soon as you take your eye off the ball and start focusing on you're bound not to do well in what you were going to doing before, right? And that's what's happening. It doesn't matter how good your product is, right? Like brand overflow, I mean, clearly, a lot of the community thinks it's a good product, so it meeting the needs of a lot of people, but it's not going to help if the developer has to fund it to meet those needs, right? Yeah, I mean, he has to either make it profitable or you know figure out a way for the community to chip in, find an acceptable solution is what I'm saying. Yes.
I think a good solution for LTDs, and I know most of us won't like it, but a good that could be a good solution is, for example, hosting server costs are expensive. If you have a good one, it's expensive, right? And that's what keeps most of these guys on the edge of shutting down or keep going. Because I mean, if they have a
Mhm.
hosting plan, they have to pay 200, 300, $500 a month. Well, it starts killing you, right? So I think a
Mm.
solution could be jump into a server that's cheap, even if it's slow, but at least it's still workable. It's a system that works. I think that could be a solution for some of these LTD guys who are in that, like, almost about to die. Instead of just dropping the whole project, switch it over to something
Yep.
that's a cheaper hosting plan and drop some of the developers. I don't know, but just not kill the whole project completely.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. When we're
Absolutely.
talking about hosting, I have a thing for George. So I tested Ragnar, their cPanels, and also I bought some yearly VPS from them. And the VPS I use custom Open Lightspeed with yeah, Open Lightspeed with CyberPanel, and I can actually send about 1,000 clients per second in a 1 minute duration. So it's a load test, and the CPU doesn't spike even 30%, 40%, sorry, 38%.
And it's super cheap, right?
And their shared server is about, the response time is maximum 1.2 seconds, which is a great output, yes.
And what price is that BPS that you're testing?
Um, 22, 24, 24
A year
per
or a
year.
month?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's peanuts.
exactly. Even if you pay DigitalOcean $5 to $6, it's expensive.
Exactly. I mean, I think it could be a solution for some of these LTDs,
Yes,
because something that's also happening, and people should be aware, is that some of these guys who are running LTD deals are running on the AWS 2 year plan that they're getting. They're getting free
yes,
credits for 2 years, like the $2,000, $4,000.
yeah,
You get on credits for 2 years, and what's going to happen after that? I mean, once those 2 years run out,
Exactly.
are they just going to drop the project? And that's a reality. I see so
But
many of these AI writers, that's really popular ones, who are running on AWS, which is fantastic, right? But they're using the free credits. So
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that we should be aware about.
I didn't know about that 2 year AWS free
No,
credits.
I know about the free credits. The problem with the free credits is when it finishes and it starts charging your credit card, then you get a shock. Why it's $250 per month? Like you are using a load balancer and two instances, and why it would be so much? But AWS in that way, they calculate outgoing traffic. I can't remember outgoing or incoming processor usage, S3 buckets, and everything else. Each
Hmm,
one is priced.
interesting.
Yeah. So Joe, I mean, if you don't know about the AWS credits, it's like there's different companies. One of them is, for example, Join Secret,
Hmm.
who
Mhm.
join that community, and it gives you access to a lot of things like free credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AWS is one of those, and you get like $2,000, and you have 2 years to use it. But once the 2 years finish, even if you don't use the 2,000, it finishes, it goes, which is really great for people who are starting out. If they know what they're getting into
But
and what the
yeah,
monthly bill is going to be for real once that finishes.
but
But
unfortunately, a lot of the LTD founders get into the whole unlimited thing, not planning about scaling, and then
Yes.
they get stuck. Yeah.
yeah, they get stuck, and where they get really stuck is here's the reality: LTD sales is okay, but it doesn't matter. Like 200K, 300K, it's not gonna last you forever, right?
Yeah.
Even like with Botstar, I'm not sure what the intentions are, but you're starting to see a repeat pattern where no matter how successful your campaign is, you are still failing as a company, right? And that's a big problem. I mean, of course, brand overflow is not wasn't on AppSumo, but of course it is having challenges, right?
Yeah.
And the number one thing to all of that is, like, Sajwal is saying, for brand overflow, he started at the project to fund brand overflow. Topic Mojo and Mailworm are already sustainable and carrying brand overflow. But how sustainable are they, right? I mean, are they really that sustainable? I mean, do we know for sure? Is it an open startup? No, right? Like, I mean, there are open startups where you have like verified sources of what they're making from Stripe, sources like Stripe and things of that nature, right? I mean, you can see that on Indie Hackers, because of course Stripe owns Indie Hackers, you know. So, but we don't know, right? I mean,
We don't. Yeah. I mean, well, back to the MRR, like with Topic
yeah,
Mojo, for example. Right away, I've used Topic Mojo last year, came out. I've used it enough that I spent whatever $100 on the LTD, that I got my money back and more on projects for the agency. So I look at it that way, that we could look at it, when you get an LTD, there's two ways of looking at it. A bigger long-term investment, like a VBOUT or like Ligna, where you want to use it and build an agency off it and keep it going. And then you have the Topic Mojos and even the nozzles and other tools, VMaker, etc., that you just want to get your value right away. And you hope that it keeps going. But sometimes if you just, I think many LTD users in the community only look at the value long term and don't even use the tool, and it just sits on the shelf. And they say, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I'm guilty of that as well. We're so concerned. Is it going to, yeah, is it going to survive? I do this all the time, but I say, wait, if I use a tool for 3 months, that's already a subscription model. I'm paying Ahrefs and SEMrush and SEO, Surfer SEO. I'm already like a couple $100 a month at least, on these tools every month. So maybe we should look at LTD tools in two different ways. Of course, the ones that are a long-term model, CRM tools and stuff like that, client portals, etc., that you want to build your agency off of. Yeah, those tools you want to last, because you don't want to have to take them off that tool and then pivot to another tool. But these other ones, Topic Mojo, great example, use the tool. If you've used the tool since it started, you've already got a return on it, and you hope it keeps going. It's a replacement for Answer the Public, and it saved me a lot of money because that yearly was a killer.
Yeah.
I agree with you in that sense that we should be using the LTDs when we buy them. I'm guilty of that also, and I guess most of us are. Where
I
we
am.
buy these deals, and
Yes.
for example, we either don't use them or we are using, I don't know, 5 or 10% of the capacity
Yep.
of that LTD because, hey, you know what? I might need those limits in a year, 2 years, or when I start a new business, and we're buying things that we don't need this instance. And that's actually a bad thing. I mean, we should be buying things that we are actually going to use.
I bought so many of these LMS, like a Cadle, these tools that I want to build courses on last year, and I full stacked them. I went crazy. I haven't even touched them. I went a little bit here and there because I haven't gotten to doing the course yet, but I have a plan for it. But like they could go out of business, and then I'm done.
Correct.
Yeah. So there is a gentleman here, Manish Singh. He has some comments. I got AWS credits. It needs to meet certain criteria. Sure. Yeah. I mean, as long as, it depends which accelerators you're working with and things of that nature. But getting those credits is not like, it's not that hard. You can get those credits as long, I mean, how much credits you can get actually matters in terms of which accelerator you're working with, right? I mean, joint secret, yeah, you can get some basic number of credits, but if you have like a really like a big project, and if you're looking for like 150k in AWS credits, you can get those credits. You just need to work with the right accelerator, right? With secret, you're gonna get like a minimal number, right? Like maybe $5,000 or $10,000. Yeah, there is Twilio credit as well. Twilio credit is like, I mean, I get like, we give out Twilio credits, like we are a Twilio partner. So getting Twilio credits, of course, the Twilio has now acquired Segment. You get Segment 50, like, $50,000 of credit. Segment gives it to everybody, right? Like they're giving out credits to everybody, right? So really depends. But if you have a good project, you can get those credits. But getting those credits does not mean anything, right? I mean, you really need to get MRR, right? That's your goal. Having LTD customers doesn't mean anything in the long run.
Right. One of the things that I think when people start a life, an LTD on their company, startup companies, they don't understand what they have to do actually because the LTD money is meant to get customers, to get feedback, to develop even further that SaaS so it becomes successful to get MRR clients. But they've become so accustomed to the LTD cash flow that they get on the short term that they keep it LTD. And that's going to kill it in the long run. I mean, it's inevitable that it's going to die if they only keep LTD going. They need to work hard on MRR because that's where the money is. And one of the key things is that we don't know what the personal, I mean, how good they administer the money personally. Are they putting the cash back to the SaaS or are they buying cars? Are they paying out credits? I mean,
Exactly.
Yeah,
are,
we've seen some founders buy cars, jacuzzis, all that.
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, do they have good accounting? Are they like putting cash back in? Are they saying, you know what, 50% is for development, 10% is my
Mhm.
wage, and I don't know. We don't know what's going on behind the
They
scenes.
have an
And
LTD addiction for themselves. They're an AppSumo every day and buying other LTDs. They're waiting
Ah,
for
yes,
VBOW
that
to come
happens.
back on Monday to buy a full stack.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a lot of things going on in the LTD space that people should be aware of, right? I mean, it happens. And the best thing we can do
Well,
is like Joe said.
some
I mean,
founders actually will show off the car first.
The what?
right? Some founders will show the cars first. Either it's Bentley or Rolls Royce.
Oh,
But then the LTD community, we're detectives, and we look on Twitter and everywhere else, and we find pictures on Instagram of them with their new car, or they're in a jacuzzi with somebody, and it's like, look, they're spending the money there. Look what they're doing. If I ever have like a need an investigation done, I will hire people from the LTD community because they will dig up anything on anybody at
Yes.
any time.
yeah.
Sajal is for hire.
Oh,
He's a good one.
for all the detective work. Yes, yes, yes.
Hey, Corey.
Sagwal's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all the work, he can like get all the information, right? Which is pretty cool. I mean, and it's pretty detailed information too, which is good. Like, you gotta have those details, right?
They don't even vet the president of the United States this much as they do an LTD founder.
Yeah.
Like if we
No,
had it in
we
the
have to.
U.S., if
No
we had
choice.
Sadwell vetting the president, it would be a different story. He would find everything.
Yeah. Hey, Corey is asking, hey, Corey, did Nilesh play the intro? So Corey actually made an intro for me. Corey, I haven't played that intro because I'm working on a few other things, but I will play it at the appropriate time. Like, I want to rotate that a little bit as well. But this time I didn't play that intro which you did for me. But I certainly appreciate you doing that, and I play it from time to time. So thank you for doing that. Okay, sorry to interrupt, guys. Continue. Keep talking.
No,
Keep
no,
talking.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, George, before I forget, I'm a huge fan of your videos, your reviews. You do very
Oh,
excellent work,
definitely.
and you finally
Definitely.
accepted my friend request on Facebook. So thank you. I feel like tonight was mission
Thanks,
accomplished.
no, thanks,
Um,
Joe.
Yeah,
no, you really
I'm
do
even
you put a lot of hard
scared to
work into your
send him a friend
videos.
request.
It's it's very good. But have you ever thought of doing consulting, or maybe you have for founders or LTD? Do they reach out to you ever and say, "Hey, you promote people's things, not affiliate, but could you give me some advice?" Or has anyone ever asked you for help, or have you ever thought about doing that, like starting an agency where you could help founders
Yeah.
to see where the product's going to go? Because your reviews are very honest, and I based mine that I did in the past
No.
off of what you were doing. You're very honest. You check out the tool, and you're just like, hey, try it if you want, no big deal. You're not pushing it, which is
Right.
really great.
Well, first of all, thanks. I'm glad you like my videos. Yeah, I've been contacted by companies if I make websites for them, if I do consulting, if I do a lot of things. But honestly, I turn them all down because I'm busy with the LTD space. I'm busy with videos, and the other half of my life, I'm busy with out here with my family and all that. And I don't want to, like, how would you say, like, I mean, forgot that word. But I want to leave my family out and just give it
Yeah,
all here because I don't think that's right. So basically,
yeah,
half just I'm focusing on videos, the LTD group, my website, and all that. And I don't want to take in more work
more
because
work.
I don't
What
want to.
is the reviews? Sorry, is that your main 9 to 5 job? The video review, like the LTD community, is your main focus?
Yeah, before it wasn't. It started out as a hobby. You know what? Like most of us started out as a
Yeah,
hobby, and before I used to make videos. It's not a new thing, right? I have a Spanish channel which I made videos for technology and all of that. And I started this as a hobby because I kind of have my mindset where anything that I like hobbies, I convert it into something that gives me revenue, right?
nice.
So if I like to do something, I mean, if I like cooking, I'll try to make it work out, or it's actually giving me something, right, in return. So that's what happened with this. I started out as a hobby, started the group, started talking to people, started making videos, and it became my main income, just like that. But it wasn't my intention. It just became
How
like
how
that.
long have you been doing the videos? A couple years now, or?
I think it's almost two, or it's two already. I haven't. I could see on my YouTube channel with my first video.
Yeah,
It is.
I've been watching for obviously the last year, and I think, and I think most people agree, you're very natural. You know, you just come off as
Oh,
you have a passion for the
definitely.
LTDs, and it's not, like I said, not forced. You know, it's you really. I bought many because of you, and others I was like, oh, let me look at it more. I missed something, but I like the way you do it. You just go through the tool, you kind of check it out, and you pick up things that other people don't see, which is it's a talent in itself. So you could probably do videos on other things besides LTDs.
Yeah, well, basically, I mean, I make different type of videos. I mean, one of them it's like tutorials. The other ones are overviews where I'll just show the
Yeah,
tool, and there's the other ones who are reviews, which I'll talk what I don't like and like. So it's a
yeah,
different categories in that sense.
yeah.
Trying to look at the my first video on the channel. I'm going through my here it is. The first video on the channel was March 23, 2019.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
it's not 2 years yet, or is it? Yeah, it is,
So now we got to get you on Netflix. That's the next
right?
step. We
And
gotta go. We gotta pitch it.
the first video was about Coral Draw 2019
Oh,
app.
Corel Draw. Oh wow.
No, but it was the app. Like it came out on the, like a SaaS.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the first video I made.
Hey, just 1 second. Jason is saying, "Hey, Sass gang, sorry I can't be with you, but it's a date night for me and Jen tonight." Jason, enjoy your date and don't tune in into the
Yeah.
live stream. You know, just cut it
Enjoy your
off
date.
and
Don't get in
enjoy your
trouble.
date.
Don't get in trouble.
But good to see
Yeah.
you. I hope you're not there anymore.
Great, man.
So, Jason,
Hey,
have a good
Alberto.
time. Pamela is here. Hi, Pamela. How are you doing? And then what Corey is asking, would you be open to coming on my tech show? So, Jorge, Corey wants you to be in to join him as a guest on his tech show, I think. Unless, Corey, I hope you're not inviting me, but but that's okay. I mean,
No, I
I'm
think
just
I thought he was
kidding.
inviting
Share
me and
his voice.
Rouhani. He was
Yeah.
inviting me and Rouhani, I thought.
Oh,
Yeah,
who are
yeah.
you inviting? Are you inviting
I'm
Ruani?
kidding. I'm kidding.
You inviting Jorge? You inviting me or Joe?
Whole
Uh,
gang.
yeah, Corey, you got to be clear on these invitations.
Should we be
Yeah,
sad about it?
Yeah, Corey, we are waiting for you.
No, he
yeah.
wants
Let us
Rouhani.
know.
He wants the WordPress, plug-in Flash guru.
Oh, somebody's nice here. Alberto's saying,
Yeah.
my favorite people. Hi, Nilesh, Jorge, Joe, and Ronnie. Thank you, Alberto.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, but unlike Corey, who just wants to invite Jorge to his show, Alberto is really nice to all of us. So there we go. Yeah.
SaaS master. Oh, there we go.
I'm
Yeah, he
honored
is.
to be on a stream with Jorge. I mean, I want an autograph. Come on.
Oh,
Nah, I'm nobody. I'm nobody.
No, you're good.
It's just here in the LTD space. That's all.
Yeah, you're big. I have my 4-year-old watching the videos. She sits next to me. I said, "Look, Jorge's on. Let's watch." You gotta do some more kid ones. Maybe we gotta do like cartoons or something. To get the younger generation into it. No, don't get them hooked. We don't need them hooked.
You know,
yeah, Jorge.
taking
You are being
advantage.
invited. So, do you want to go on Corey's Tech Lab show or?
Tell him to DM me.
Yeah,
DM
yeah.
me,
DM
and
Corey.
we'll get
DM
we'll
him.
get something going.
Yeah,
I mean, if I'm available, I'm on. Don't worry about it.
yeah. Okay. So there we go.
Yeah, keep doing your
Taking
videos,
advantage
Jorge. Keep doing them.
this,
Do the videos. Do whatever you can.
taking advantage of this live stream. Any suggestions for the videos? New topics? I don't know. Make videos on deals I don't like. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you
I'm
could
talking
do
like
so many, right? Like, there's so much to talk to, right? Like, I'm I was going to do a lot more live stream, but I'm currently like really distracted with the project. But I've been recording some videos. So what I'm I'll just briefly disclose what I'm doing, right? So what we do is basically handle the entire life cycle of an infrastructure project. So we design, we build, we then we go ahead and propose with a full statement of work, right, to our customer, projects around Cisco applications specifically, but this process can be applied anywhere for any type of infrastructure which you implement in an enterprise or a mid-market type of organization. Could be security, firewalls, entire architecture, endpoint security, anything really, right? So when we do that, one of the things was like we had a challenge around building these proposals for our customers and having an interactive way for them to make allow us to ask us to do the changes, and then we go back and implement those changes and send a document back anyway. So we are implementing a proposal platform. We're actually building a SaaS platform for the wire space, which is like a reseller space. Anyway, a little bit different. It's a SaaS platform which can be used by like consultants, anybody in our space. But I don't think at this stage we are even thinking about doing an LTD of any sorts. I mean, we are in no need for that, first of all, and that but we want to have a good feedback, and we want to give it to some people who could actually use it. So that's what. So I've been a little bit distracted, but going back to your question, going back on ideas, I mean, your videos are really good, Jorge. Like, you do research a topic. So why don't you talk a little bit about how much time you actually give in terms of researching the topic? Do you use a teleprompter? Do you write the script? Like, do you go back, take and edit the video quite a lot? How many takes do you do? Can you walk us through the process? And then I'll talk to you about the topics. Yeah.
Okay.
No, no,
Well,
I want to talk with him about an idea. So generally, what we do, especially me, if I discover something, I want to share the information online, that how to use this or what are the benefits or disadvantages. But I realize I did not make reusable. Means live videos are not that reusable unless you edit it and convert it to a YouTube video. So that's what I do sometimes, but it's very impromptu.
okay.
Yeah.
So, the going back to Nilesh's question, what is the process of the video? Well, it gets complicated depending on the SaaS that I'm going to make the video on. But first of all, I'll say no script. Everything I say and go through is natural. If I don't do it natural, I don't think it works out. I feel it's too robotic,
Yeah.
and you can tell when someone is going through the teleprompter. I mean, it sounds robotic and it looks robotic because people are just focusing like that, kind of reading, and I don't do that. So it does take a lot of takes to make a video because I want to get it most of the time in one single go. I'm talking about a 8 to 20 minute video. Try to get it in one take, and it's hard because sometimes I'm 5 minutes going through the video, and I feel that something's not right. I start it over again, and it can take me up to 10 times to record one video to get it that way. So in a sense, you might look at a video and it goes, "Wow, it's so smooth," and he just goes through it really quickly. It's so easy.
Mm.
It's not. I mean,
Yeah.
I do take a lot of takes. I do the editing and all
Yeah.
that, and it's not just straightforward, right? I just don't open the SaaS and I start recording. It takes a while. Plus, I have to understand how the deal or the SaaS works. I have to sometimes take time to get some analytics. So it takes days to get those analytics so I can showcase them on a video. Sometimes it's a little bit more complex where I need to contact support and, hey, how do you do this and that? And then I try to showcase it on the video, and it helps out people because once they see it, it's like, okay, now I understand how it's done because I do it. For example, I don't know, some automation. I'll show the steps on how I did it, and then people see, okay, that's easy. So they'll try to replicate it with their own use case. But basically, it's a lot of studying, working on it, playing with it, and then comes all the work for recording it,
So I have
and then
a quick
comes
question
uh,
for you, George. Do you keep a list what you are going to talk about?
like bullet
Like,
points.
yeah,
No, no bullet points.
okay.
Before that, because that's what goes into the work when you study the SaaS. You can work on it. I view the menus. I know how I'm going to flow.
But then you do
Once
editing. You edit as you go right after.
well, once I finish all the recording, I jump into the editing.
Patch
Right?
up.
It's
Yeah.
like getting
Right.
the SD card from the camera, getting the what do you call it? The video from the screen,
Yeah.
and rendering those videos from the screen, and then joining them so the screen it flows with the same video on the camera. So it has to go. What I record on the screen has to be the same one as in the camera. So I joined those together and all the editing process, like remove the green screen, so I look transparent and all that stuff.
Yep.
My main problem is I have a 2 and a 4-year-old. So whenever I do any kind of videos, I have to cut or edit, or I'm doing Camtasia now, which I've been trying to use, and I'll do like 5-minute little things, and then I patched them together. I did my strategy for last summer was I was doing VMaker, and I was doing little things here and there, little recordings, because every 5 minutes I had to run, or my daughter would run and yelling, or whatever would happen, and then I would patch them together in Wisecut, and it worked very well. Stitch all the little videos together, um, but now I'm looking to use Camtasia and see how that goes. But having the kids seems to be the big problem for making videos.
Have you tried Crisp?
No, but Ram, one of the guys in the community, actually mentioned Crisp. That really helps.
Crisp is really good. The only downside is, yes, you're going to lose some quality on the audio. But yeah, I mean you can be in the airport and it's gonna remove like 95% of the sound. Crisp is
That
actually
was
really good.
that was an LTD, but not anymore, right? It was, yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty cheap. It's like, and I think if you have like one of those Bose headsets, I think you could get one of the apps which they own as well.
Time Bolt is another one, right, Rouhani? Time Bolt. I picked that
Yeah.
up. That one's supposed to get rid of a lot of the noise. I don't know.
Yeah, Nilesh mentioned the
It
one
does.
from
It
Bose.
does.
The Bose, yeah.
Yeah, there's an app for that. It's called Pin, I think. Is it
Yeah,
Nilesh? Yeah, it's Pin, and you don't have to buy any, what do you call it, earphones,
Both.
because if you put the serial number, you get the pro version for free.
Oh wow.
But what I did is I searched for serial numbers on Google, and I found the serial number I could use, and I got the pro version for free.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Or if you have a friend who has some Bose headsets, hey, pass me the serial number, and you get the pro version. It's not as good as Crisp, but it could do the trick.
Another problem I've been having, I've been wanting to do more videos. I mean, and Jorge, your videos have inspired me to do more. Rouhani's doing videos, Neelish, we're all trying to do, things here and there. And I think everyone kind of like pushes each other, inspires each other to do more videos. And my
Right.
goal is eventually do some like courses with, how to do logo design, marketing things, not necessarily LTD reviews, overviews, but maybe art lessons, the Bob Ross uh, method, but it's just finding the time and when to do it. And I had a plan, and then I had kids, and now it's like, oh God, it's so much harder.
Yeah. Are
Yeah,
you
one
planning
of
to
the
do
things.
videos on something on a desktop or like physical?
Well, like, what do you mean, the lessons? You mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm actually I do part time teach as an oil painter, oil instruction to children and adults. But I wanted to do online more video, YouTube. Like my channel has been some like overviews of some tools, but I'm
Right.
trying to pivot into the logo design, how to use Adobe Illustrator, Affinity as a tool.
Okay.
But I think I want to head more into the art teacher because that's a passion of mine to continue teaching, educating. For free, and then maybe eventually do some paid courses, but
Right.
that's way down the road.
Right. The reason I was asking is because there's Descript, which is super awesome,
Oh
but
yeah, Neelish
it's
likes
not
that,
good
I
for
think.
all use cases.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for all use cases.
Okay.
And I'll give you an example. For me, I mean, I love the Descript. It's awesome, but I can't use it because I'm recording the screen. And what's happening is that if I use the cool feature where it removes the the if, those filler words, if I'm recording the screen and something's going on and I'm quiet, imagine it chopping it off and it doesn't work for me,
Oh, good point.
right?
Yeah,
But
because I'm
Yeah,
doing a lot of share
because
screen. That would kill me
you are
too.
moving the mouse, you are silent when you are moving the mouse and clicking something, and discrete will chop that. So you lost the process.
I never thought
yeah,
of that. Yeah.
if something is loading and I want to show it on the video and I'm kind of quiet, it's gonna chop it off. I mean, but if I'm giving out lessons where I'm just talking to the camera, I mean that thing is awesome. It's There's nothing that beats it.
Yeah. Hey, one of the things is like, so going back to Jorge in terms of video ideas, I think it should be a mix where you do a little bit mix of like established tools or upcoming tools or founders or, so that's my old thing. Like, I mean, I've been talking to founders and a lot of them actually were interested in doing, and then I've been working on my own project, the SaaS thing, which I want to do with, so I've been a little bit distracted. But yes, the type of videos you want to do is like, not just like LTD tools. Maybe you got to pick some LTD tools, but
I,
there is not many promising coming the market anyway. And the selected ones, so you make it a little bit more exclusive, but you also add more audience with established tools or more tools which are coming on like there's so many things you can do, right? Like with tools coming on product hunt or I mean some of the founders you can find on indie hackers. There's
right,
so many interesting things people are doing to grow their SaaS, right? And yes, LTD is easy, like it's easy money, right? Like I mean,
right,
well, at the end of the day, you're not going to be judged based on that 30, 40, 50, 200K. You're going to be judged based on MRR, right? Like how much recurring revenue, how many customers actually are willing to put 50 or $100 per month into, or $30, right? Doesn't matter. Or maybe even $50 a year. Like, if you look at that card.co, which is like an
right,
incredible single page website builder, like the guy is making $1 million ARR with just a single page site builder, right?
right,
Is he going to do better than swipe pages? 100%. He's going to do way better than swipe pages because he has still got a customer base who's collected he has collected their credit cards and they're going to be paying him recurring and they're going to use his platform, right? And swipe pages, it like as much as good as it is, I don't know where they actually stand in terms of able to drive recurring revenue. And they were just doing an LTD. Like, so I would say mix it up a little bit, not just focus on LTD because
yeah,
that's a limited market. Yeah.
yeah. In response to that, Nilesh, I have been making some videos that are not LTD, and I have an issue right there. And the issue is that when I make one of those videos, I have people, subscribers, who
Yeah.
are only looking for LTDs, and they're giving dislikes to the video, and they're commenting that I should let them know. on the video that it's not an LTD. It's like
Oh,
what?
Mm.
So
that's the whole
You
thing
can't
with the
satisfy
LTD
everyone.
crowd is pretty
Yeah.
demanding, right? I mean, that's what
yeah,
founders who are, the first thing founders should do is join the communities and look into like the mindset of what these users are expecting out of that 50, 100, $200, right? I mean,
right.
you're making a lifetime promise to them. So, I mean, yes, it's going to be a lot to keep up to, right? Like, it's not an easy task. I mean, somebody I saw earlier commenting and saying, hey, 20,000, 30,000 is good money depending on where they are based. No, it's not. At the end of the day, people demand, ongoing feature development. They want to see they want to, like, basically, they want to see their $50 grow into $5,000 worth of platform. That's what
Yeah,
they're paying for.
yeah, that's true. I guys recommend help desk. Yeah, well, it's a tough crowd, the LTD, and what I mentioned, like I said, I am making some videos that are not, and I'm getting some comments where it's, hey, you should have told me it's not LTD, and I'll tell you something, it's kind of discouraging because at the end of the day, in this space that we are on, we are business people. We're buying LTDs because we're in a business. And we shouldn't only be focusing on LTDs because, sure, they help us get started, they help us grow, but we need to get to a point where we actually start buying tools that are top notch. And those tools we're going to pay monthly. And for
Yep.
example, Adobe, I'm paying month to month or yearly because those are top notch tools. Before, I'm honest, I couldn't pay for it. You know what? I even use, like we all did at some point, some versions that are not suitable.
Yeah.
But that's what I think, and I think people who are only focusing on LTD is like, you know what? Don't forget, we're business people. We got to grow, and we have to grow to the more professional tools. These are going to help us jump to that point.
Yeah, it's true.
100%. 100%. And, I mean, like, coming from like everything is subscription based, right? Everybody's moving to a subscription base. Like in the Cisco world, like, all the WebEx platforms and WebEx teams and there are whole SmartNet contracts. Nothing gets done with if you don't pay a recurring cost monthly, year over year, and sign a multi-year contract. Like, you're not getting anything, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, all these companies, yes, they billions of dollars worth of companies, because they've delivered products which have enabled these customers to grow, right? And these are platforms which sort of like enable your business to do well, right? So when you purchase a platform, and initially everything is good, you see all the development, and then after a few months down the line, all that interest has died down. You know why? Because there is no motivation factor, right, involved for the founder at some, and you see that a repeat pattern. So, I mean, we are part of, in a way, responsible for fueling it. But anyway, uh,
But
what is your favorite
I want
LTD
to
of all
add
time?
something.
All of you. So start with Joe. What's
I
your
want to add
favorite LTD
something.
of all time?
I always say it's the friendship that I've made, the friends in the community, is the best LTD of all time.
True, true.
Okay, but
And
what's the
LTD you
platform?
purchased?
Yeah,
What's the actual platform?
yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't created it yet. I'm working on a meme LTD. Um, I don't know. For honestly, last year, I would say Grist is a good LTD that I've enjoyed. I use it often. And VMaker is another one. I have a bunch. Phrase. I think actually Phrase, and before that SE ranking. SE ranking. I think from 2018, that LTD has paid off a lot, and they've actually scaled into a company that is pretty close to SEMrush Ahrefs. Not there yet, but they're getting there. So I think SC ranking, and then phrase, and then the other ones, and then the friends and the community. You know,
Okay,
Mine is actually squarely SEO.
interesting.
Squirrely's a good one. Yeah, it's a very good one.
Have you done well with it? Is that a reason? Like,
Oh yes. So I have used Yoast SEO for last 9 years, and I didn't rank. I mean, I tried everything, follow the on-page SEO and stuff. Then when I started with Squarely, it was a bit of a learning curve, because you need to follow certain structure and put in effort. And once I started doing that, I realized some of my post is ranking number one, number five, and those are good results. Yes, it has a learning curve.
Jorge, what's your favorite LTD?
my favorite LTD is, it doesn't have to be specifically that one because it gets the job done. But for me,
Mhm.
it's Droppler. I mean, when I discovered Droppler and I can drag to save things, I can make the screenshots and I can
Mhm.
share with a link the videos and screenshots. You have no idea the time I've saved using that LTD. I mean, I use it every single day to contact support, to record something that I need, to store something. It's been amazing for me. I mean, hands down, it saves me a lot of time. I know I have a lot of good LTDs, but that one is just, I mean, daily,
The one
daily.
You
that,
see,
yeah, it's funny how there's some
since you
LTDs that you
mentioned
think are
that,
like, wow, on
I
another
just
level,
realized,
but there's ones that you use every day that are providing more value. You know,
Yeah,
yes, the every day I use Berrycast
very good. Okay. So yeah, it's similar.
in my
Like I mentioned,
office,
it doesn't have to be
and
that one, but it's just something
home.
I use. Oh, there's Doppler.
Yep.
Yeah, I use Droppler like pretty much every like hour you use Droppler, right? Like kind of thing. So it is an interesting one for sure. But I would come to my favorite LTD of all time is Paperform. Like I think it was one of the best LTDs. Like it was developed by a husband and a wife team based in Australia. They did really well. I think they recently moved their company to US. They're hiring, and wow, they've done a good job in building like a sustainable MRR. I don't know. Last time when I checked, I think their MRR was like 100K a month or something like that. But like from a farm builder perspective, they did
Wow.
really well. Yeah, and they continue to do well. Like it was on AppSumo, so I would say Paperform is one of my favorite LTDs. They keep on adding features. They've honored the LTD. Touchwood. I hope they continue honoring it. We never know. But yes, by far, if I have to pick one, Paperform would be the one.
Nice.
Sajwal is saying, guys, recommend me a help desk tool on LTD. It's like something's always missing. I need Woo integration and mobile app.
That's gonna be a hard one if you need the mobile app. Wool integration, that's pretty much easy. My go-to CRM, it's LTD, you could say. I use Perfects CRM, which is a Code Canyon script. I have no limitations. It's hosted on my server, and I have complete control of it. That's what I would recommend because those guys have a lot of development. They have good support, and they've sold
And
thousands
fantastic
and thousands.
add-ons.
Yeah, and they have add-ons for it. There's
There's a
API.
huge add-ons.
That's my
I would
go-to.
I would say, Sajwal, look at Helpwise. Helpwise is a good help desk tool. Like it is more of like a shared. So, let me touch base a little bit because help desk and shared inbox and the whole contact center type of thing is my favorite topic. I can talk about it for hours. We do like services delivery on it. But I would say look at HealthWise. It is a shared inbox, but it's good for support. It's not. It allows you a lot of different channels, so it's bordering between like a shared, like an inbox and a contact center. The way, I mean, there are certain lot of overlaps. Like it's not like a full fledged contact center, which you see in like a mid market space, like like a Talkdesk or Cisco UCCX. But helpwise is pretty decent. I don't know if it has WooRise integration in particular, but it has an app. It is a iPhone based app. I don't know if it is an Android based app as well. Maybe they do. Uh, but look at HelpWise if you haven't, and see if it meets your standards. Especially for an LTD, I think they're doing well purely because they also have another company called Just Call, and Just Call has a healthy MRR, and I think HelpWise has transitioned into a good MRR as well. So it's a platform which they've added and developed on an ongoing basis. It's a very promising team. I think look at HelpWise. Yeah.
Nice.
Who are the
Like
best
guys,
LTDs that have
I need to
successfully
go
moved to?
because need to feed the kid and bring her for swimming.
Oh,
That's my Sunday job.
All
are
right,
you
Nilesh.
dropping off, Rohani?
Bye, Rouhani.
Yes, yes.
Have a good
Yeah.
day.
Bye, Ronnie.
Yeah. Have a good night, guys. See
Thank
you
you so
Too.
soon.
much, Rohani, for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your
Of
Sunday.
course.
We'll chat soon. Have a wonderful afternoon. Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Take care.
What was the question, Nilesh?
Who are the best LTDs that have successfully moved to a MRR mode? Jason is asking. You met Jason the other day. He's a soccer coach,
Yeah, I remember,
So,
Jason.
yes.
SE ranking has pivoted to a nice MRR, and Phrase has done a good job.
But who's the best?
I would say the
Savior.
best might not be the best in terms of the community, but somebody who, I mean, so there is a little bit of a issue. But Hopin, if you look at Hopin, they've done really well from an MRR perspective, but there is a word that they're not fully honoring the LTD. And they have, like, they're not giving all the features to the LTD accounts. But Hopin is like a $7 or $8 billion valuation the last time they raised money. I don't know where they stand today, but Hopin has done really well. I'm not sure if from an LTD perspective it's still any good. Do you remember Hopin Orge?
No, not really. Let me look for it. So many deals and up in. Was that on AppSumo?
Yes, it was on AppSumo, and there was
Didn't
a lot.
Hoppin buy StreamYard and other
Yes,
Hoppin did buy StreamYard, right? And a couple other tools.
they did. They did. Yes.
Huh.
Okay, so
I
it's
got the email. I got the email actually last month that because I had StreamYard account and they said, "Oh, Hoppin has purchased StreamYard," and I don't even know what Hoppin did, but I heard the name before.
wow.
Yeah, Hopin did not honor the LTD account. Like the founder had, when they had launched, Hopin looked like a really promising platform, and Hopin did not honor they just stopped giving a lot of new features to the LTD accounts. But they were, like, as a team, they really transitioned into MRR really well, right?
Were they a video
So,
tool?
yeah,
Hopin?
it's more of like a virtual events tool. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like-
okay.
Meetings and
Yeah. Like, from my memory, I think that would be one of the most valuable ones. I think Airmeet has also transitioned really well into MRR. Luckily, all these Hopin, Airmeet are the tools when this whole digital, like, transformation got a massive push, right? Because of
yeah.
like remote work and virtualized virtual meetings, and so these some of these two were just in the right space, and the market was ripe for them, right? So yeah, they made like,
And
and of course,
recently, like Upticks, they've done a good job. There's certain brands that are emailing you constantly and trying to promote the MRR.
yeah.
Waxo is doing a good job. They're trying to pivot to the MRR. They're I've noticed that some LTDs, they just disappear. They're done after they're off AppSumo for the third time. They go away, and then these other ones, they're still involved. They're still engaging clients and trying to get more new clients, which is what you want. You want to see.
I think a lot of companies who are successful and the MRR is because they have their mindset on it and they know that's the path to success, and they know it's a path that's going to take a long time. For example, on the short run, on you're saying, you know what, I'll invest $1,000 on ads or 5,000, whatever, and if I invest the $1,000 on ads, promoting lifetime deals, I know I'm going to get a bunch of money really quickly. But what's going to happen next? I mean, in a year or two, well, I'm not going to get a lot of money anymore. I don't have any MRR. Instead of investing those $1,000 on MRR, they're not going to get as much money, but hey, you're going to get a lot of clients who are it's going to get to a stage where you're going to get a lot of money, right? Because it's going to be month to month, month to month. But people want to grab the cash first and fast, and that's the issue. So they have to have their mindset. That's the path they have to go, and that's what they have to use the LTD money for. I mean, I have cash, and now I can work, and now let's just stop and start MRR.
And there's an interesting one now. I mean, Neelish, I spoke to you, I think, about Ligna. I know, Jorge, have you seen Ligna, the new CRM web builder tool, like sort of like VBOW, but not really? They have a really interesting MRR strategy, which makes me nervous. But I've discussed with the founder. He seems like a very smart guy. I'm rooting for them. I got a couple codes just to try it out.
Right.
They are relying on users to purchase their white label service from their agency. So they're going to upsell. So they're basically casting a big net with the LTD community, hoping that the LTD community and their users will have their clients purchase a white label service from the Ligna agency. And then the LTD holders can raise that price, upscale. It's going to be like $200 a month for a branding, tier one that you would sell to your clients.
Right.
I love the strategy. I think it's great. You make a SaaS tool that kind of is an extension of your agency. But what I was trying to tell the founder of Ligna is, do you know the LTD community? They look at numbers differently. They might not see that, yeah, this could work. You could sell the service, but the LTD community doesn't even want to pay a yearly. Now you want to pay like $300 a month. So I'm a little nervous about the Ligna. Will the MRR work? This is like a new strategy, a newer strategy. That's their plan.
Yeah. Well, what you're talking about, for example, Ligma, that is a good strategy. I mean, just like what we're talking about AWS, I mean, the amount of credits for 2 years, 3 years. The idea is
Well, that's
to
what I
get
was thinking
those.
about right away. When you said that, right away, I was like, Ligna, are they doing
Yeah.
this?
The idea is for the users to stay on the platform and then start paying. So they're giving you free at the beginning. Hey, get started, get your business rolling, and then start paying. So Ligma is trying to do that strategy for a small amount of users, but like you said, most of the LTD customers don't want to pay yearly or monthly, so that's why they buy the LTD. But there is a small percentage of those buyers who are going to jump to that stage and are going to pay for the white label. Not a lot of them, but I mean, they probably know this, right? Because $200 a month is quite a lot for a lot of companies,
And
and
that's
for
their low
some,
plan.
it's
Yeah,
peanuts.
that's a low plan.
For some, it's nothing. $200 is nothing, but for some of us, it's a lot. But that's the strategy they're trying to push.
They're hoping the LTD users or any user of Ligna will kind of sell the Ligna agency services for web development. Because Ligna, what I've been telling people, what I've noticed, like VBout is more like a package, and you can work with it and you can scale it. Ligna is kind of it's very good for creatives. If you could build your own website, I built my own website, so I love it. Like Ligna, the builder is very fast. It's great. I haven't touched the email marketing part of it yet, but it works for me. But you have to know what you're doing. Now, they know that a lot of the users maybe don't know how to build a website in WordPress or a standard website, so that they would hire Ligna's agency to take care of that. But Ligna wants you to go out as a user to get clients and build your agency. And then you bring those clients in, but then you have Ligna's team build the website for your clients, and then you pay Ligna a monthly, and then you charge your client more. And I think it's a great like you said, Jorge, it's a great strategy, but I don't know, will the MRR work? But then other people argue with me, oh, as long as 5% will buy into it, it'll be fine. Because the prices are pretty high. Because as I've been in agencies for years, decades now, and I already know their price plan, their monthly price plan is high already as a white label. I have vendors that I work with. If I don't do the work myself and I spit it out to some other vendor, Ligna's agency is already kind of expensive. So I don't know. I wanted to the other night go full stack on Ligna because I really do like it. It has a lot of potential, but then I'm nervous because I don't know, is it going to last? I love his strategy. I agree with what he's doing. He's an SEO and a developer. The founder is very smart. I'm all in on him. But at the same time, I don't know if he knows the LTD community, if he understands them, he's investing in them to invest back into him. And you have to know what your users are buying, like you have to understand the community you're targeting.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody, like, so there are two sides, right? Like, for sure. And we have a lot of comments and interesting questions. I want to address those as well, but very quickly, right? I think it's wrong. I just think, like, based on what I've seen, right? And I hope I'm wrong, right? But based on what I have seen, like, do not go to LTD customers expecting that you're going to maybe be able to make a recurring revenue. I mean, just get that out of, like, I'll just put it out there that it's not going to happen, right? I mean, you got to target a different type of customer. Like, once you get addicted to LTD, if you think you, like, you pay $50 and you're going to get a lifetime for the lifetime, like, whatever the lifetime, right? Like, 3 years, 4 years. I mean, you're not going to go and ever pay $50 per month for that platform. Unless, I mean, there might be some exceptions, right? But normally you don't, right? You don't value that at $50 a month. You value that at $50 a lifetime. So that's just, there are recurring subscription customers out there whose minds are not corrupted, and they are probably not aware of the whole LTD.
But you know what's crazy? Ligna is probably the craziest LTD that's come out in the last couple of years. This is why. They are actually a pure white label. If you research them, you're not going to find anything on Ligna. And the founder, the company, has actually done a really good job of making it a pure white label. Because if you're a real white label, like VBout's trying to do, you could find things out about VBout. If you Google it, you can find everything, and people can eventually reverse engineer and say, oh, my agency's using VBout. I'm just going to use VBout. Ligna has been so good that if you use Ligna, you don't know anything about Ligna. Like the LTD user would sell it, and Ligna doesn't exist. The problem is the LTD community, being detectives that we are investigating Ligna. And they're not finding anything about Ligna. Ligna doesn't exist. Ligna just made a Facebook group. Ligna has no backlinks to their main website because the founder made it so good as a white label. But the LTD community gets paranoid saying, wait, you have no traffic to your site. I've even said it. I'm like, wait, Ligna, I looked at Ahrefs. They have no backlinks. They have no authority. I'm not buying this. But then I talked to the founder and I looked at what he was doing. And I'm like, oh my God, you made the perfect white label. Problem is, you're selling to the LTD community that's a bunch of paranoid people who are packed or are detectives as well. They are worried about buying Ligna now. So he made the perfect monster. Like
Because
it
they've
really
been
is a
burned, right? They've
yeah,
been
but
they've been
but
burned so many times.
yeah, but now the LTD, and I don't blame them. I'm still concerned. Like Ligna doesn't exist on the map, but you want us to invest in Ligna and spend $700 for a full stack, but you don't exist. But then the argument is, yeah, because we're a white label and we don't want to exist. We're the man behind the curtain. And I think it's he's so smart. The genius is I love it, but at the same time, he's targeting the wrong community because I see most people, the LTD community, say I'm not buying it because I can't find anything about it. It doesn't exist. But that's what you want from a white label service. So it's kind of one of those. It's a really tough call.
Yeah. I agree, and Alesh, if you are looking for MRR or for recurring revenue, don't look into the LTD space. I mean, don't run your deal there. The only reason I would say people, I mean, for companies to run on LTD is to grab cash because you need customers, you need feedback, and you need to grow your system because you need that money for development. You need to grow quick, and that's just your cash flow to get started. That's the only reason, not for the idea for these customers to become MRR. These are not the customers. Companies who have money are not, I mean, successful companies, big companies are not buying lifetime deals. They're paying for tools that are worth $1,000 a month, and they're paying it. I mean, they're corporate companies. So if they're looking for that type of customers, they're not in the LTD space.
That's Scarlett, right?
Yes, it's Scarlett, the one that has a fever. Say hi to
Hi,
Jorge.
Scarlett.
Oh, she's waving. She's like, yeah, she's been doing a couple lives. She's getting used to it now. She's not feeling so great today. So
Oh, I'm sorry
yeah,
to
she's
hear
the one
that.
with the fever. Yeah.
You're preparing her for the next lives.
Yeah, she's ready. She's already better than me.
She is building the unicorn world.
Oh, her and her sister, forget it. It's all about Unicorn World. We need Win. Win has to come on the live. Win came up with the idea for that Unicorn World. We have to make an LTD for a Unicorn World. We don't know. It's a bunch of kids that are gonna build it.
Cool.
Hi, Leah. How are you?
Look, Leah, they know you.
Hi.
Say hi.
Playing around.
Leah's in preschool now, so she's making things.
Oh, that's cool. What is that? What is
This
that?
is from the Amazon rainforest or something.
Oh, very cool. That sounds really interesting. Actually, it does sound interesting.
We could use it for the intro music now. We can put it into Wave or in
Yes.
video and make it look a whole sound effect. Jorge, if you ever need any assistance, I have,
With your sound team.
sound team.
Your engineers, sound engineers.
Fun.
Cool.
Fun stuff.
All right, guys. I'm gonna head out because it's 9:50 p.m. over here.
Okay.
It's Saturday for me.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not
Okay.
even midnight. It's not even midnight in New York.
Oh, really?
Where are you? Where are you? You're the West Coast?
No, I'm in Mexico,
Oh, you're in Mexico.
in the
So
center.
you just say you came across the border. I thought you were coming back to the US or
Oh yeah, I mean, I just crossed for the day and I come back.
oh, so
But
you're
that's
in
where I
Mexico.
was. I was in Tijuana, but now I'm south.
Gotcha.
I travel
Cool.
a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. It was nice
Good
talking to you
talking to
guys. Nice meeting
Jorge,
you.
it was great. Thank you for joining in.
Yeah,
Nice,
it's awesome talking
nice
to you.
talking to you. I'm sure we should do that more often. I mean, we've
Yeah.
got all of us got so much to talk. I mean, apart from the great videos you do for sure. So hopefully you can join again, and we should do this like a weekly thing, kind of thing. So
Cool. Just DM me when you're going live, and if I'm available, I'm in.
okay, Jorge,
All
thank
right,
you again.
Joe.
Thanks a lot.
Bye, girls. Bye,
Say
Nilesh.
bye, Jorge.
Bye,
Say
bye, bye.
And bye to
Bye,
all the
Jorge.
community who was
Bye.
commenting
That was awesome.
and asking questions. Thank
Take
you all.
care.
Bye-bye.
Hey, one more question, Jorge. What's
Yeah.
in the paid content in your YouTube? Can you answer that, please?
Can you rephrase it? Like, what does it mean?
Alberto is saying, Jorge, what's in the paid content in your YouTube?
Is he referring to how much I make, or what's the question?
I think he's referring to, like, do you have like a paid subscription for on YouTube?
There's like a membership button where, I mean, you can subscribe,
Yeah.
and there's also like a membership, and I
Yeah,
have
that's what he's
something.
asking. He's asking members. Yes.
Okay, that's probably it. It's something that it let me add it. I haven't had any people, but you, for example, if you join, there's like a $1 a month, and it gives you like special badges. What is it? Recurring payment. And the second one I created is like I mentioned like a business link. So for like $25, I'll add a link on the description on every video. And what else? Mention on the footer. But let me send you a screenshot and you can have a look at it. So it's like a fan thing. Let me save it really quickly. Oh, I can't comment here, right?
Why don't you post it in the, or you know what? I can add it. Let me show how I can show this thing. Let me see.
I sent the link. I'll share my screen if I can. Let me see. The Chrome tab for. Oh, there we go. Let me know if you see the screen.
Yeah, I see the screen. Now I have to, let me see.
You have to approve it, or
No, you don't have to. One second. I just have to change the scene on my end. But let me see how I can get this. I think I can get it done. One second.
yeah, you should put something like full screen. So.
There you go.
Or share your screen and go to the SaaS Master channel.
No. One second. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. So basically, on the back end, once you have X amount of subscribers, I don't remember. I think it's 10,000. You get the option to create membership inside of YouTube, and you decide what you want to put in that membership. So I've just created these randomly. I'm not actually expecting someone to join, but I've created them. For example, I've created this one, fan supporter, which is just $1 a month, and it gives you loyalty badges next to your name in the comments and the live chat. So when you comment something on a live chat or on the video, there's a signal. That's what it gives you. So it's basically like I don't know, thank you or to help out, right? And then I created this one,
Yeah.
business link mention. So for $25 a month, where does it say what it does? Oh, business link mention on description footer. So that's what that's including. I mean, like I said, I just created it. And business video mention. So for this is in pesos. That's Mexican pesos. So this is around $50. Obviously, it's going to appear on your currency where you're watching it. And what I decided for this one is that I would run like on the video a footer of a mention of the business and also on the description. So it's going to mention it on the video and in the footer.
Very cool.
You guys mentioned on the videos. More about the perks. Your channel. Okay, here is your channel name and member status. Oh no, I thought it would have more information on this. Oh, here it is. It's in Spanish because it's viewing it on mine, but it says, for example, mention on one video per month. It's going to run a banner and link in the description. So that's what that is. Oh, I turned off the camera.
Yeah. Thank you for running us through the membership. So Alberto, I hope that answers your question. And thank you again, Jorge, for joining. So I'll let you go, but
Thanks,
we
Jorge.
should do that again. Thank you. Thanks
All
a
right,
lot.
guys.
Take care.
Have a
Awesome.
good day.
Bye.
See you, man.
Adios.
Bye. Okay, so it's just you, me, Joe, and there's Scarlett.
Scarlet.
So
That's it.
yes,
Leah disappeared.
yes, and there we have a lot of folks still. So Amin had joined from YouTube. He's asking which platform you wish to see on AppSumo for LTD. Does Scarlett have any favorite softwares?
Oh, she ran away.
Okay.
She's waiting for Unicorn World.
Yes.
She seems to like the, not LTD but Ecamm. That both the girls seem to like the camera, so
Oh,
that's good.
that's cool. That's
Yeah,
good.
they're better on the video than me.
Yeah. No. No. I mean, I'm sure they're more familiar using their cell
Let
phone
them
or
get used
iPad
to it.
or
Yeah, I mean,
different.
I have to say, as a father of young kids, and I always said, oh, if I have kids, they're not having an iPad, they're not gonna have an iPhone. I mean, both my girls know how to operate iPhone, iPad, Kindle. They know how to do the Amazon Fire Stick. The oldest one's 4, the youngest one's 2.
Yeah.
I think they see video, they're on video. This is normal to them. They're not,
Yeah.
whereas we were kids, if we were on the camcorder, with the VHS tape, or not even that existed, or Polaroid camera, that was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Different
Yeah,
different world.
definitely different world we live in, right? Like
World.
the
Yeah.
confidence level is through the roof. Through,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of using technology and gadgets and stuff, right? So
Because I noticed Scarlett. I mean, Scarlett is literally, like, we call her the COVID baby, because she was born, right at the beginning of COVID, right before. So
yeah,
she grew up being isolated from
yeah,
as much going out to events, traveling, etc. But on camera, she doesn't act like it. She's very okay. I see my face. She'll wave. If she'll do. She's fine on a live stream, but in public, different story.
yes, yes. Let me address some comments here very quickly. I think Sam is saying use Melon. It's easy to do that. Sam, yes, I could use Melon, but I mean, I have to show you the experience Ecamm gives you from a production perspective, right? I mean, it's like a phenomenal experience. Like you can do a lot of good things with Ecamm Live, which you can never do with Melon. And so you use one software for producing everything, like including your recorded videos. And I started using ScreenFlow because actually I saw one of Jorge's video, and let me see. Let me go back here. So I started using using Ecamm Live, and I can't ScreenFlow and Ecamm Live, but there is nothing. I mean, the native app has a lot more features and flexibility compared to a web-based app. Like you just. I mean, certain things, yes, you can, but from a streaming, like where you have a lot of external devices connecting, a different world, I would say. I would say if you ever use Ecamm Live, you're never going to go back to Melon. Just give it a try. Giveaway, Joe. What are we giving away?
I don't know. I think something from Sam's store.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. Well, uh, we could give a quick blog thing as a giveaway to one
I want
lucky
quick
winner.
blog. Let me have that.
Okay, you can have
No, I'm
quick
kidding.
blog.
I'm kidding. I'm actually talking to Pam now about. She's in the chat on the group about the mega creator, which we're trying to figure out if it's per export, or she's saying it's actually per export. But I thought I read it was per item used, stock photo, stock image. The 100 credits. That's what turned me off. Like I wanted to get it, and maybe Pam's building up my FOMO. Maybe I should pick up a code and try it before it leaves AppSumo, because it looks like it has a nice stock photo base. But the credit limit was turning me off, because it was saying 100 credits But then I read that it could be per use of item. Say, like, Mega Creator, you use multiple graphics and you build them, you put them into one scene, and then you export it. But I read somewhere that it's each item you use is 1 credit use. So I could use 25 credits in one shot. If it's per export, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Sajwal is saying Code
Oh, so
Sparks
it's
for
per
iPad
export.
got
Okay.
LTD for my nephews and they enjoy it.
Code Sparks for iPad. I haven't tried that. All right, so now I'm buying Mega Creator, I guess. Thanks, Pam. Now for Pam got me for Grist, and now she's getting me for the Mega.
Corey is saying Melon is browser based eCam and vMix crushes Melon. I'm sure vMix crushes Melon, but I'm sure eCam crushes Melon too. I'm not sure if Melon has all the features. From a browser, there are a lot of limitations what you can and cannot do. And if you are in that interface in terms of the browser, I mean, you've got a very limited space. Uh, I'm not sure how you're going to fit all that interface and all the different panels which you can do in eCam in Melon. But yeah, I don't know, Corey. I've looked at Melon. I refunded it, to be honest with you. I didn't need anything. I'm very happy with eCam and Restream for now. I'm going to switch to Video Link at some stage because I really like the Video Link streaming quality. I'm just not familiar,
I
and
have Video Link. I haven't used it. One of the first LTDs I bought, and
it's
I don't
great.
know. I just don't like the whole UI, and they started billing me $1 a month randomly last summer. Like it could turn. Hopefully, it'll turn to something great. But I picked up Melon because for $99, I thought it's a good deal. It's not. It's worth having. Be Live, I still prefer more than the others, even Restream.
Hmm.
But yeah, if you have the other tools, you don't even need Melon. But now you have the Welder, the free tools that are out there, where you could probably get by without any of them. It seems to be they're going to be more and more free beta live stream video tools they can use, play around with here and there, and then you decide which one you want to get if you're going to do monthly streams, like every month a few streams. Like I have Be Live, and I haven't really used it much lately, but I did last summer. Melon I got just because of the value. I thought it would be a replacement for StreamYard. StreamYard, I actually had a subscription for like almost 2 years. I was paying $25 a month for, but then Be Live kind of replaced that.
Who is this saying? Yes, Pamela. That's Pamela. She's
Oh,
saying,
that's Pam.
yes,
Yeah, we're talking about
I
Mega
don't need a whole
Creator.
lot, so it works for me. Credit only applies when you download.
But then she said later, I think it's per item. I don't know. I was interested in Mega Creator just for the PNGs, and you could like lay out things like Crello and Canvas, but they seem to have a good library when it comes to models and people. So I think I could use that right away. But if the credit limits are low, they're per item, not worth it for me.
Yeah, Corey's saying people just don't understand browser versus software streaming services. Certainly, I mean, like what OBS or Ecamm or vMix can do. I think, like, especially if you have a little bit more professional production, you want to have, one of these applications which is native to the OS versus a browser-based application. Having said that, yes, certainly you can achieve some of those results, but I mean, especially if you, but different types of use cases, I would say. So Sajwal is saying, I've been told Code Spark produces 10-year-old tech billionaires. Joe, you should get that tonight. To definitely, you gotta get Code Spark.
I can't. I gotta save my money. VBOUT's coming back Monday. You know, I gotta buy it again so I can refund it again by Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Vbout yet. I mean, it might be a good platform. I just don't know how many CRMs people need.
Yeah,
I
and
was
with
very happy.
Encharge, yeah,
Yes.
having Encharge already, which is great. You know, like I think you have it as well, right?
Yeah, I do have a
We're
full
good
stack of
there.
in charge.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
very
good
happy.
there.
Yeah.
I think that just VBOUT coming back, I will pick up a code or two because now I have a couple projects for it. I'm like, you know what, maybe just to use it for 60 days again to restart the refund period, give it a second shot because it has been hyped up so much where I felt that that's why I'm not hyping up Ligna at all. I'm just testing it out and playing with it. But I'm saying, hey, if people are hyping up VBAT so much, Ligna deserves at least 5 minutes of attention. But not saying to get it, but it's comparable. You know, they're both similar. There is overlap. But right away, the VBAT crew is very protective and saying, no, Ligna is totally different. I'm like, well, they have a different plan, different strategy, but it does different things. But there is overlap. So right away, first impression, this is my hot take for the night. Ligna is better than VBOUT, first impression. For a web builder alone, email marketing and voice, it's not bad. I mean, one code gives you a lot. I'm not saying I'm going to keep it, but I like what I see so far more than I liked what I saw on VBOUT. But I still might pick up VBOUT on Monday.
That's great. I mean, we certainly don't have a bias towards anything, right? I mean, what we do have a bias towards is a good platform. We want to have good developers thrive, and we want to especially of course, the platform has to be promising, but as early adopters, we want platforms to thrive which are built on good values too, right? So other than that, we couldn't
Yeah.
care less what it is, right? So I mean, if
And
Ligna is great, I
hopefully,
think we should look into
oh,
that platform a little bit more, for
but
sure.
hopefully Ligna was one tool that I saw right away. I said, I'm skipping this. I don't need it. It's another, automation, whatever, marketing agency tool. It's all these other tools wrapped in one. And then I actually started looking at the videos. I got a code. I said, oh, wow, this tool is pretty cool. And then I'm like, wait, the website builder, that's really what I focused on, is actually pretty advanced. The Ligna web builder, which if you're looking for just a builder, one code of Ligna is enough. You don't have to go. You either go Ligna is one of those tools, and I got 3 codes, but I'm kind of like torn right now because one code, it's either one code or full stack. Because one code will give you unlimited websites, funnels, all that. It's all about the emails and the texting, voice, whatever. But then you go full stack because the user count counts as clients. So if you want a portal that clients can connect to, you get I think it's like 10, 15, 20 clients that can log in. If you want to have your clients to log in to their websites and their portal, their email, their marketing, everything, then obviously the full stack is very tempting because it's unlimited users / clients. I'm just not ready to invest $700 to go that far with it because I don't know, again, will it last? Will it survive? But for a web builder, it's the funnel builder is a very good, quick, fast tool. But what Jorge was saying earlier, will it scale? Are they doing the Amazon credits? Are they doing the AWS, where they have the unlimited, they have the space, and are they ready to turn that over? I don't know. It's a tool to discuss. It's definitely different from VBOUT because VBOUT is kind of like it's an all-in-one. That's it. You could work with it. You have Ligna, which has more flexibility, but they kind of hope that you will contact their agency and you become a salesperson for Ligna. You know what I mean? That's the difference. VBOUT's like, here's my tool, use it. Ligna is like, here's a tool. If you know what you're doing, you're good. You're on your own. You could make money off Ligna. But if you
But
don't know what you're doing,
isn't Vbout pushing a lot of the people to be that agency as well and sell Vbout to their customers?
they are. They are, and I think they're kind of hoping you sell VBout. But I think the VBout package, or like it's all packaged, it's all where Ligna, I think they're hoping they have enough people that aren't WordPress developers, like myself. We know how to like build a website or do a basic standard marketing plan, that you would hire Ligna's advertising agency to do the work, the creative work, the SEO, all this. And then you, as the holder of your Ligna account, will upsell and say, hey, yeah, we'll build that whole page for you and the SEO and location pages. And then Ligna will charge a monthly to the LTD holder, $300 a month. And then you sell it to your client for $700 a month. So it's more of a white label service that but it's a creative custom service. Ligna is more hands-on. They are actually selling their agency's services, more custom services. Like you might have a logo design. I think Ligna could handle that for you. Or you could do the SEO plan. Every SEO plan is different for each company, and Ligna as an agency would take care of that for you. You know what I mean? Like, but if you are already kind of an intermediate to advanced agency owner or creative, you don't even need that white label service. So that's why Ligna spoke to me more than VBout, because Ligna, I've already started testing their web builder, and their web builder is similar to WordPress and the funnel builder, but you have to kind of know CSS. You have to kind of know how to build a website. You know what I mean? So it's kind of it's not for everybody. People that love VBout, they might not like Ligna, but people that love Ligna might not like VBout because VBout's more constrictive. But VBout also does different things when it comes to email marketing automation. That's something Ligna is working on. Because I spoke to the founder, I said, "Are you gonna have the email marketing, like VBout has?" He said, "We're working on those integrations right now." They
Interesting.
can coexist. You could get both or neither. It might be safer just to get nothing.
Yeah, there's too many overlaps, right? I mean, depending on what exactly does this Ligna. I mean, I haven't actually looked at it, so I don't know. But what it so there could be an overlap of features, right? Like,
Yeah, there
are
is,
there any unique features between Vbout and
of
Ligna,
course.
right? Is there
Mhm.
something which is actually differentiating them? In Do you really need it, right? Like, so go through that thought process and see if it makes sense, right? Like,
And
so for
Ligna has more of a project management system that VBout doesn't. That's one thing. If you want to have everything like Sweet Dash, or Flowloo, Sweet Dash Flowloo, but you want a web builder and you want a little VBout, you basically want your agency on one platform. That's kind of Ligna. But again, what we discussed before, do you want to invest so much money into one platform to handle your whole agency, and what's going to happen to it? And I've actually discussed with the founder of Ligna. I said right away, I said, you know what? I run an agency right now. I don't think I'm not going to full stack this because we already have our vendors. We have everything set up. We have everything, but we're not putting all our eggs in one basket. Ligna is a high risk, high reward kind of thing, where what if you put all your unlimited websites on Ligna? You could have all the websites, unlimited assets on AWS, images, videos, everything on AWS. Like that's why what Jorge said, are they doing the 2-year plan where they have credits?
yeah,
All your product, your Flowloo, you don't need Flowloo, you don't need ClickUp, you don't need all these. You have everything on Ligna. But then what happens in a year, 2 years? Ligna goes away, and then you're like, oh my god, what do I do? All my clients, oh my god, I'm gonna lose all my websites, I'll lose all my funnels, I'll lose. It's a very risky proposition.
it is a
That's
risky
what worries
proposition
me.
to just like leave
Yeah,
everything, all your eggs in one basket, kind of thing, right? Because
yeah, that's what scares me. That's why I don't want to hype up Ligna. I like to talk about it because I think the tool is really good. The web builder, it's a good substitute for WordPress. It's a really good web builder and has all these other tools. But uh, do you really want to take all your clients, put them in one basket? and then you really are rolling the dice, you know.
Certainly. Certainly. Hey, I think it's 12:15. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Last few questions and then we call it. So give it under 10-15 minutes. Yuuki, thoughts? Corey's asking, what's your thoughts on Yuuki
I got a
or
free code
Uki?
from Vadu, but I haven't even used it.
Okay. I'll give you my honest thoughts, and people can kill me virtually if they want to. But, I mean, UK, yes, it's there are tons of community platforms, right? Don't go by what the community like, because it's a very small representation of actually what goes on into the real world, right? So I mean, I would say look how successful Yuki gets in terms of building its own community, right? And then look into how well it does in adopting and building communities for like 2 or 3 different communities, right? How well they do, right? So wait for that. And if they can come up with 5 successful communities where there is thousands of users interacting and creating, and whatever the purpose of that platform is, then I would say yes, they've made it this far. Maybe they have a shot at the actual platform and they will do well in the community space. But otherwise, it's a really hard game to play. Like I looked at Yuuki for sure, and I like the founder. He was on our live stream. So Ankur, very likable guy, very smart guy. I'm not exactly sure how well they're doing in terms of Wadu TV. I was a little bit surprised that they actually came up with this new Yuuki platform. But I won't be surprised if Yuuki doesn't do that well. Like, community platforms are hard to grow. You're going to have a really hard time getting attraction. They're positioning themselves as a replacement to Circle. I'm not sure. I think that's a little bit of a stretch, because Circle is a very highly successful platform. It is very well funded. Actually, I think I was listening to one of the podcasts the other day, and Noah Kagan has invested into Circle. So you can imagine that you can see like the founder of AppSumo is investing in a platform he actually believes in, which is Circle. Has he invested in Yuuki? Probably not, right? Like, I mean, why? Because he doesn't see the future in it. He's a smart guy, right? So I don't know. I don't think it has much of a future right away. But if they prove it otherwise, hats off to them. Good luck, and prove me wrong. I mean, I would be very happy to be proved wrong, but I don't think it has any future. Yes, but if they prove me wrong, hey, you can point to this video, and yes, I'll be glad to be proven wrong. Okay, so I guess we answered that. What else? Rasa.io. I think Rasa is a decent platform. It's good for if you want to do any type of curation of content for your newsletters. It's good. I have been using Ghost recently. Really like it for newsletters, newsletter subscription. It is like having your own Substack, but it's self-hosted. I'm a big fan of self-hosted platform. That's why I went with one of the other community platforms called Forum. And I'm using Forum because it was developed by Dave.to. And once we get some time, I can focus a little bit on that. But, again, Rasa, it's a good curated for content curation. I think it's good if you want to curate content and then send out a newsletter. It's a pretty good platform. I just don't have a need for it, so I haven't used it. I can sort of like curate content and then use a different platform to send out those emails. Hello again. You came
Hello,
back.
say hi. Yeah, I liked Rasa. I went with up content over Rasa to have more control, but I ended up refunding both. It was easier to Google things, but Rasa has some nice automation in it that I could see people using.
Pamela is asking, can their web builder do A/B testing? I think that's a question related to Ligna. Ligna.
I don't know. I haven't gone that far in yet on it.
Web builder, can you export and host on your own?
You can with the web builder, you can upload assets from external websites from your WordPress site to Ligna. And then I was always asking him, I call it the Armageddon worst case scenario. Ligna goes out of business. I need to get my files. You can download the assets locally. So there is a way of connecting, but I'm still trying to figure out all the jargon with that, with all these variables, with what you can use on Ligna and what you can take from Ligna, and then later can you take what you created on Ligna's platform, because it's not a WordPress platform, and upload it to, say, Cloudways server or SiteGround? Will it be easily uploaded? We're trying to figure all that out. The founder has said yes, but I haven't tested it personally. So Ligna seems to be very versatile, that you can import, export, do whatever you want, unlimited assets. It's a really good builder. It's a really he's trying to make the web builder a substitute for WordPress, Oxygen, Elementor themes. His own. He wants to get his own Ligna theme basically out there.
Interesting.
So for one code, I've been telling people try it out, because I almost passed on it. Try one Ligna code. You get unlimited sites. Try it out. See if you like the builder. There's some bugs here and there, little issues. It's still young, needs to mature, scale. But the founder is a serious guy, and he knows the agency atmosphere. He built it for people that are creative or developers, agency owners. But he does want people, obviously, that are new agency owners that are not skilled yet and that need an agency behind them. So if you're like a person at home right now and you want to start your own agency, Ligna could be really good for you, because you have a whole team, Ligna's advertising marketing agency, that will back you. And they promise to never speak. You could probably sign a non-compete that you will deal your client, and you have the Ligna team of 100 people working for you. And then you sell at whatever price point you want. So that's where Ligna is an interesting little animal, It's
Yeah.
it's a different LTD. We haven't seen this kind of LTD yet. I mean, we
Yes.
probably have, but I feel like it's something about it. But what it's so good about it makes me nervous about it. Again, I don't know. It's a wild card.
Interesting. Interesting, Joe. I mean, for sure. And now I'm a little bit curious. I'm going to look at it and
Take a
see.
look at Neelish, like at least like the builder, the web builder. If you look at it right away, you'll say, "Wow, it has." It's not a swipe pages. It's not just a landing page developer. It's a full website developer with CSS style sheets, templates, and then you can sell those sites. And then you can have a
Interesting.
client portal. The clients can manage their own sites, and then you have the whole VBout and charge add-on of having an email marketing, SMS, voice, all this on top of that. I'm just looking at the web builder part. At the rest of it, I know it's noise. Other people are looking at the VBout parts. I'm just looking at the web builder part. That's my focus. I said, wow, this is something really cool that they're building.
Yeah.
But again, will it survive? Because Ligna is a tool that you would want to invest in. And if you put your client's sites on a Ligna platform, you want to make sure it keeps going. This is something you want to, this is not the LTD like we talked about Topic Mojo. Get your money's worth, and you want to keep going. But Topic Mojo works immediately, right away. Boom, boom, boom. But you could do other tools to substitute. But if you have all your 100 clients on Ligna or VBout, you want to make sure they keep going.
100%. Okay. So I think we take the last one here from Corey and then we call it a night. But thoughts on upbeat? I need another upbeat code. So Upbeat, yeah, it's okay. I think,
It's good. You use it, right?
yeah,
Neelish,
I
you like
use it.
Upbeat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have all my music on it. I'll tell you something about Upbeat. So you can white label one channel, right? But if you reach out to support, they can white label 2 more channels on the back end for you. So you can use actually one Upbeat account for 3 channels, YouTube channels, which is pretty cool.
I didn't know that. If you reach out to them, they hook you up.
Yeah, they will white label 2 more YouTube channels for you.
Wow. Yeah, because I only have the one. I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't know that either. Somebody mentioned that to me on chat the other day because I think there was some challenge they were having with Upbeat, and so one of the gentlemen in the community had reached out to them, and then they said we could white label 2 more channels for you on the back end. So you just have to give us the channel ID, and they will white label it for you.
Upbeat's great.
Yeah, yeah. So I think use it for the value. I mean, you can't beat that, right? Like, so that's really good. And with that, I think we should close it off. Joe, does Scarlett have to say anything
Scarlett, you want
tonight's
to say anything?
show?
Say hi. Bear hunt. I'll pull the pacifier out. Bear hunt.
Okay. Okay.
Bye.
All right, Joe. Well, we have a wonderful night,
You
and
too.
thank you for joining, and thanks for all the wonderful talk. Take care, Scarlett.
Bye. Say bye, Scarlett.
Bye.
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 Bye. Say bye. Wave bye.
Bye. There we go. There you go.
Try.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining in today, and
Bye.
hopefully we'll do this every
Say
week
bye.
again. So, thank you. Bye. Bye. Actually. Oh, what's happening here? All right. Oh, that's the toy there.